Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. And I must congratulate you for giving a very well-researched background on the subject that we are going to discuss. Essentially, if we think what Dr. Balian has said, our agenda is decarbonization. Is it okay? Is it okay? Okay. So our agenda is decarbonization. And I'm taking the subject of hydrogen as green, renewable energy and its challenges and way forward. What Dr. Balian has told about hydrogen, I just want to add that for the decarbonization, we are already following various ways, very vigorously worldwide. One is energy efficiency, another is renewables, and the third is direct electrification, so that the carbon emissions come down. Hydrogen plays a very important role in the other aspect, where in industry and transportation, it is very difficult to electrify. So hydrogen, and we are talking about green hydrogen, can really play the main role. So when we are talking about hydrogen, we know that hydrogen is being extensively used globally. Today, the demand is around 100 million tons. By 2030, the projected hydrogen demand is 130 million tons. Now, what is the hydrogen that we are using today? If we classify, we can see normally the gray hydrogen is being used today. And gray hydrogen means it is being produced by steam reforming of natural gas. So when you do that, there is a lot of carbon dioxide emission. They say for production of 1 ton of hydrogen, the carbon emission is 10 tons. Yes, it is just 10 times of that. And also, as we are handling the natural gas, there is an upstream release of methane. We have to remember that methane is also a very potent greenhouse gas, with greenhouse gas that potential 80 times, though its lifetime is less, around 20 years. But the amount of methane which has been emitted in the atmosphere as of 2020 will provide around 50% of the global warming effect for the next 20 years. So we need to know these very facts before we take up hydrogen. The second is the blue hydrogen. It is essentially green hydrogen, but then the carbon is captured and stored. So what the industry say, it is the decarbonized hydrogen. And the third is the green hydrogen. What the activists say, it is the ultimate availability of hydrogen, because production of hydrogen and its utilization will not emit any environmental pollution, no carbon dioxide. As I told, already 100 million tons of gray hydrogen is being used. Worldwide, the oil and gas industries, they are supporting very strongly the blue hydrogen. Dr. Balian, you are from the same background. Probably because they have already the infrastructure, the transport, the storage, because they are using gray hydrogen for oil refining. So they are drawing heavily from their existing infrastructure, and they are supporting very strongly blue hydrogen. And it's fair enough. It is also decarbonized hydrogen, and certainly it will pave the way for the market of green hydrogen. But the environmentalists, they are doubtful. They say, yes, blue hydrogen is good, but carbon capture and storage, it may be very aspirational, but in the reality, it is not that efficient. 100% carbon capture and storage is difficult. And also, certainly it increases the cost of gray hydrogen, which is normally $1 to $1.5 per kg. When we get blue hydrogen, it becomes $2 to $2.5. And the third, what we are all looking for, the green hydrogen, that takes the electricity from the green sources, the sun and the wind, indefinite and stochastic, and it essentially electrolyze water with that electricity so that we get hydrogen. And that is the ultimate goal. So, what is there in green hydrogen? The three pillars, if we consider for green hydrogen. Number one, we must have abundant green electricity from solar and wind mainly. Though nuclear is also being thought of, because nuclear is also a source of energy which does not emit any carbon dioxide. But we are talking about right now the renewables, solar and wind. And we need this electricity at a cost-effective manner. But the problem is, and the second requirement is electrolyzer, which would electrolyze water by getting this electricity. Now, electrolyzers, alkaline and PM electrolyzers are already there in the market, but still their efficiency and cost are not market friendly at this moment, because the hydrogen which is being produced today with these electrolyzers cost around $5 per kg. And I have given you already the figures that the gray hydrogen is $1 to $1.5, the blue hydrogen is $2 to $2.5, and we know very well the market goes on the terms dictated by the cost. So if we are to go for green hydrogen, only thing we will have to bring down the cost of hydrogen being produced from renewable sources of energy. So as a solution, what they are doing, lot of research is going on for developing new electrolyzers, and based on abundantly earth available materials. Because in the PEM electrolyzer, the materials which are being used are very expensive, rare earth materials. So they are trying to find it out so that the cost comes down. And also the economies of scale is required. It is expected, the way the electrolyzer industry is going on, that capacity of 100 gigawatt electrolyzer is expected to be achieved by 2030. And another thing is these expensive electrolyzers, if we want to connect them with the stochastic and indefinite renewable sources, solar and wind, we need to ensure that the capacity utilization factor remains very high. but we know neither solar nor wind are there for 24 hours. So we need to incorporate storage of the electricity. If this can be done, then the capacity utilization factor for the cost-effective electrolyzers would increase and the cost is coming down. So the roadmap is very clear and well set. Now, once we get green hydrogen, what we can do? Number one, the green hydrogen has the potential of storing the electricity, renewable electricity from wind and sun, which is stochastic, and it can release to the grid the same stored energy when the stochastic nature of these renewable sources fail the grid, so that you can get a very levelized electricity supply. Number two, hydrogen being very efficient energy carrier. You know the density of, say, 1 kg of gasoline, rather I should say 1 kg of hydrogen will give the energy of 2.4 kg of gasoline. But the problem is hydrogen is a very light element, so it will take 4 times the volume of gasoline. But research is going on for compression of hydrogen and for its proper utilization. In our country, we have already taken good step. The National Hydrogen Mission has been announced, and they are working in a very positive direction. We have some benefits. We are fortunate that over the years, we have already established a good renewable energy industry. We have a good ecosystem. We have very good manpower on the subject. So as far as the first pillar of green hydrogen is concerned, that is green electricity, we can provide at a cost which is competitive in today's market. Number two, we have already introduced storage element in the renewable electricity so that the capacity utilization factor of the electrolyzers remain high and the cost would come down. I believe electrolyzers by 2027-28 would be quite acceptable to the market with these other positive features, and green hydrogen cost will come down. The target is it should be $1 per kg by 2040-50 decade. Now, these are the challenges, but the prospects are very clear and the roadmap has been set up. So we hope green hydrogen will come as a very effective energy carrier. Thank you.